Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Ladies, understand something. The top end of a woman's weight is 145 pounds. Okay. My mother's 5'9", and she was 145 pounds until she was 50. That's the top end of your weight, because there should be about a 40-pound difference between you and men.
Basically, if the guy is rich, what ends up happening is the lawyer contacts the person and be like, hey, you know, your name gonna be all in the paper, so you might as well just settle out of court.
I can recognize talent. Even if I don't agree with the politics, a lot of the politics that was underlying in the show and some of the sentiments he was trying to share, I recognize artistry when an artist is present.
Yes, this is the definition of absolutely cooked. We'll never go back and take a look at her bad decision and take accountability for any of that.
Because there is powerful people in the industry, somehow there is a different law that applies to them. And I agree with that assessment.
Yo, what up, YouTube? Peace, blessings, glory, praise, and honor to the Most High. It is, it's Monday. I feel like we need to cut up. I feel like we have a group of people here that need to get some things off their chest. I'm excited to start this week off the way that we're about to start this week off. I got someone new in the building that I want to introduce y'all to. We got Rob in the building. We got Sydney in the building. We got a reaction video for y'all. Do me a solid, especially being as how I'm feeling better. I've been kind of head cold up for the last week or so. I'm finally getting all of that up out of me. Do me a solid, like, share, repost, let the people know we are live. I'm gonna bring the people up, let them introduce themselves, man. Make sure y'all do me a solid and show love to everybody here. Make them feel warm, welcome, comfortable as possible. There's no judgment here. There's no biases here. We just got some things that we need to get off our chest. And I wouldn't have had it any other way. So with that being said, I'm going to bring everyone up now. Y'all do me a solid. Show some love in the comment section. You have any questions, comments, any feedback that you want to share with me or with them, you are more than welcome to do so. I got Sydney in the building. I got Rob in the building. I got Candace in the building with a K. All right. Make sure y'all put some respect on her name. Candace with a K. All right. Talk to me.
Baby.
Yo. What up? What's the word?
Everybody. Howdy doody is the word today. Howdy doody. Howdy doody.
All is well. It's good to see so many beautiful faces this evening, this afternoon. I don't know how anyone's going to feel about this video. It's like a solid minute and a half. Before I play it, shout out to my writers, my poets, all y'all. Salutes to you. I always give my flowers out. Before we get into that portion of the show, introduce yourselves to the people, man. For those who aren't familiar with you, let them know how they can find you if they want to keep in contact. It doesn't have to be anything major, just a little something to let people know what was good.
Unmute.
Yay, it was me this time. My name is Sydney. I'm on social media as the Science Squid Poetry. As my name says, I'm a poet, I'm a writer, I'm an educator. I have my bachelor's in psych, my master's in environmental education, and I just love to talk about science and topics in general. I'm here. You can find me here pretty much all week. And I'm also on Blue Sky and All Poetry, which is where I do most of my social media engagement. I also have a Discord if you are into poetry and you are a poet or a writer. So if you are interested in that, let me know.
It's me?
Yep. Go ahead, Miss Kim.
I'm like, which one is it? We're going like this. Okay. So I'm Candace with a K. This is my first day. Who knows? Maybe my last day if they don't like me. But I'm 40. I don't know what I'm doing with my life right now, honestly. I said it's just been an upsy daisy right now. But yes, 84 all day. But I'm a Jill of all trades. I tell everybody Jack is my little brother. So if I'm the one who taught him how to do what he can do, basically, because I can do the same thing too, and I can do it better. But that's my tagline, so you can't steal it. If you want my IG info, it's what's it to you. So go ahead and figure out how to spell it, and then you can get the, and then you can find me. But if not, his is open. Mine is private. Cooper, he has his own Instagram too, so you can do Cooper Travels, and that's where you can freely follow me because he goes everywhere I go. And we'll talk about Cooper later. I think that's about all. I'm about to open a clothing line, kind of. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it yet. 2 businesses going, but cleaning and clothing, we'll figure it out. We'll talk more about that later. But that's about me for right now. Oh, and I live in Vegas. That's about all.
That's what's up.
Peace. Welcome, Candace. Welcome to our show. I can say that now, Sydney. My name is Robert Harris. I'm an elementary school counselor by day, a rapper by night, international Rob on Spotify, Tidal, YouTube Music, Amazon, iHeartRadio, you name it, SoundCloud and Reverb Nation. You can find all my new music. I just dropped a bunch of new music, probably about 5 singles in the last 2 months too. And got one coming out Friday. I also sell hair weave extensions via the Rolling Weave store. Yes, I sell bundles, straight wave, body wave, and deep wave bundles and lace closures out the trunk. You call, I deliver. I will box them. Yeah, Vegas. I will put them in the mail for you. Other than that, I'm glad to be here, and I'm been enjoying myself ever since my day one. So I know, Candace, you're gonna have a good time. Oh yeah, y'all see me. My bad. Y'all see me looking up. I'm getting frustrated. If you see me throw something, it's because Florida State woman right now is losing to FSU, and I am a FSU alumni. So I'm multitasking.
I hear you, bro.
Florida State University.
Oh, I don't know nothing about sports, so that's about it. Don't ask me nothing.
Flo J and them is opening up on us. They about to kick our butts, but it's all right.
Well, it is March Madness. That's all I know. And the casinos are packed. Packed. Gotta go find me a sugar daddy.
Sensational.
That's a way to start.
Oh yeah. Hey, look though, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this one, man. Like I said, the video is like a minute 30 plus. And I want your honest opinion on this, because for whatever reason, I can't stand stereotypes. I can't stand when people put things on genders based on like the lies that society tries to apply to everybody. You see the title. That's pretty much what this is based on in general overall. But I'm gonna play it here in a second, and I want y'all initial reactions to it.
But the reason why we didn't work out is because he was broke.
Well, his wife now is fine with that.
He worshiped the ground I walked on.
But
And he taught me patience. And he really taught me how to damn near love me.
But
taught me how to cook.
But
he was chasing a dream of being a musician. He wanted to be a singer in a boy group. I supported that, everything. But I'm like, he had 2 kids. And I'm just like, you do need to support yourself. Like, you need to make some type of money. He was getting like a $50, $100 allowance from his manager. I was like, drive a Pizza Hut at night. I don't care. Just
so is
make
he
some
still
money.
trying to chase this musician dream?
He just found the woman for him.
Okay, so it didn't work out financially wise. Everything else, if he had the money, would it have worked out?
Yes.
Okay.
It would have. And if I would have met him today, it would work out.
What's the difference?
The difference is I was broke too at the time. Like, I was barely making it by myself. And so I was like, I feel like I don't want a man in my house. And we both, like, that don't make my vagina wet. You feel me? Like, that don't turn me on.
Okay, so now since you're good for yourself, financially, you're saying now it would have worked. So you're saying you wouldn't mind supporting him.
Now I could appreciate the love that he brings, but I still don't want him to be broke.
But it's everything with him is still going to be the same. You have money now, but everything with him is still going to be the same.
You know what? Then maybe I lied.
I know you lied. I was ready to pull it out of you because this.
Ain't nobody got no smile on their face. Hate women. Hate women.
I had this face for quite a bit of it.
No, like.
Yeah.
And I turn my ear and like, let me listen for real. Let me listen.
Yeah. Shout out to TikTok. You always find something on TikTok. Let's go ahead and start off with like initial reaction. Sydney, how do you feel about the video itself overall?
Well, first, I've just right off the bat, I've never been a fan of people venting their personal life issues all over the internet. So that already kind of tells me something about what type of person she is. But I did not resonate with much of what she said at all. I thought it displays a lot of selfishness. The fact that she's obviously very materialistic. She's obviously more interested in the man for the substance of his wallet than the substance of himself. And I can't support that. I hate that is the mentality that is pervasive right now, where women think that unless the man can support her, then he's worthless to society, that he should be able to support everyone around him if he wants to be with somebody, whatever. Like, I understand that you shouldn't stick with like somebody who's just like a deadbeat. Just like you shouldn't waste your time on somebody that is literally like, I don't want to work, I don't care, I don't want to do the laundry, I don't want to do housework, I don't want to do nothing, I just want to lay around, you do it yourself. Because that's abusive. But like, if he's pursuing his passions and he's just not matching what you need, that's not his problem. That's her problem. That has nothing to do with, like, I'm glad he's chasing his dreams. I think it's incredibly rude. And then also the fact that she's saying like, oh yeah, I'd be with him now. I would definitely be with him now. I'm like, that's just disgusting behavior. Like, so he's really only worth what he can give you. he's not worth what he is to himself or what he can do for other people. Like, you really only care about him because he can pay for you. And then even the suggestion, like, oh, just work at whatever place in the middle of the night. I'm like, okay, so because you don't want him to sacrifice his own dreams, and you obviously don't want him to sacrifice his time with you, you're saying that he should give up his sleep so he can get a job and pay for you. So, and I just think the whole thing is just incredibly insensitive and incredibly stupid and frustrating that, again, people like this exist and make it the norm. Like, it's like they fight for this to be the norm, that men just take care of them, and if they want to work they can, but the man should pay for them no matter what. And I think that's ridiculous.
Here.
Rob, talk to us.
I see Candace. I was letting her go. Go ahead, Candace. Give
No,
up.
I didn't say nothing. I was just cheering, like, here.
Go ahead. Go on, finish what you start.
With me, I have a different. Well, it's still the same opinion like Sydney's, but I don't like women like that. I mean, I love women. I'm not gay for whomever, but they're catty. They like attention. Like, being out here in Vegas, you see the women, and it's just like, oh my gosh, everybody, like all these young girls out here, they just want somebody to take care of them. Like, yeah, I joked around and say, hey, I need to find me a sugar daddy, but honestly, I earned that sugar daddy if I'm gonna find one, because I ain't done a lot, but and they needy. These men are needy. But for her to do that, because she said earlier that, oh, he taught me how to love myself, so he taught you how to love yourself. But now that you love yourself, you don't love him because of what he ain't got. So yeah, I mean, two negatives in the math world does equal a positive, but two negatives don't equal a right over here either. But I don't know. I was in that situation before, and I'm like, I don't want no dude laying up on me and the littles that I got, and then I got two other mouths to feed, and then you ain't pulling in your weight. I mean, pulling something, like she said, go do driver. You ain't got to sacrifice his sleep or your dreams or whatever, but you got to find somewhere and meet us in between. I'm not going to pour salt on anybody's dream, because my mom used to do that like all the time. She was we call her a dream snatcher. So, so I encourage anybody, for whatever their dreams they got, if they think they can sing, if they know they can sing, they can do art, they can rap, they can sell bundles, whatever. They got it. But just believe in yourself. But for me, yeah, I don't believe in myself though. It's weird. I can be a promoter for somebody else, being for myself. But it is what it is. Women, no, I just don't like stuff like that. They're users, is what they are. They're like born to be users. That's all they want. Go get a job at McDonald's first. At least learn how to work before you try to go chase a dude down, or whatever. It is what it is. I'm rumbling at the mouth.
Yeah, I feel y'all. I think it's the same for both parties, man. You can't. I had somebody tell me one time, even a drunk will give you $300. So you can't sit around starving. I ain't for being used. This brings up a quote of my best friend tell me all the time. He said, if you can't be used, you useless. And yeah, I understand it, but I hate it at the same time, because nobody wants to be used. But I'm with y'all, and I would say the same thing for a woman. Like I tell my students every day, like, y'all can't date until you know what it is to be an adult. And I wish I would have listened, but they told me the same thing. I didn't. But when you become an adult, there's different kinds of responsibilities that come with it. And, you don't want to be playing house and it's lopsided. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see if it's just for money, then it ain't love anyway. You can't love that person. It's only if you only really rocking with them for what they do, because money come and money go. You know what I'm saying? If you're down for that person or whatever, they might be up and you support them, and then when you down, they support you. But that takes a whole lot of teamwork. So I don't buy if he's broke or she's broke, because you could leave them alone, because you know that's what majority of our songs is about, right? What Mike Jones said, he said, "Now I'm hot, they all on me. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they all on me," and that's what happens. But it happens for girls too, though. So you know, I'm gonna flip it both sides.
I mean, a girl can be a breadwinner and have the stay-at-home dad, or a husband or whatever, but it's all in ingredients, So if that's what they wanted, then that's what they can do. But not for somebody just to initially like, I'm just gonna be a stay-at-home wife or the housewives of Atlanta or whatever. That ain't how we gonna do it over here. This is the 21st. Is it the 21st century still, or the 22nd? Okay. A lot of things have changed. A lot. Now they need 2 jobs.
A couple things that I want to call out that I noticed in that clip. For starters, how this one always baffled me, right? How is it that you can say in one breath this was a good dude, but then also say, well, his dreams was trash, it wasn't bringing immediate results, so because he's not bringing in the type of luxuries that are required for me, I can't get down with this person. Oh, but he's a good guy. He's a chipper dude, and anybody would be lucky to have him, except for me, because he can take me where I want to go when I want to go. And another thing that I wanted to point out, at least it's a question, more or less. Well, no, it's a question / statement. So I feel as if I'm playing devil's advocate, I can understand if you're a man that is going after a goal and a dream, and you're not getting there immediately like you want, but you're actually making some type of progress. It might not be as grandiose as being on a billboard, or you're constantly in the presence of celebrity, but you're making headway. Like Candace, your guy is not Jay-Z, but his music is actually getting recognized by local stations, but it's not going like international. But you can tell that his hard work is, right.
I don't know any of Jay-Z songs though, but yeah.
Right. With that, I can understand that. That's different. Now, if you're just a bum ass nigga who just be in his bathroom recording on a tape recorder, and you just posting on Threads or TikTok, and you're not really getting no type of traction, but you constantly spending more than you can afford, that's something else. I can understand that. Right. So what she seems to be talking about is a guy who seems to have morals, believes in things, stands for something. He's just in a place where it's not coming in the way that this modern era would like it. Everything is just like immediate. Everything just has to just happen right then and there, and we know it don't work like that. At least I'm an 80s baby. You did not just go outside, sing a falsetto, and then now you're Beyonce or some shit. Don't work like that. So yeah, I never understood the whole, oh, he's a good guy, but it's always that but that comes. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's just not a good guy for me because I need somebody else I can use. That's all it is. I need somebody with more money.
That's the real translation.
Really?
But no one's gonna really actually say that though.
Say that, of course not, because they don't want to be like, oh no, she's not using him. But yeah, you are using him, because even if what are they, sponsors or whatever they call the girl sponsors or the guy sponsors or whatever, where they take them out to eat and whatever. Oh, my sponsor is blah blah blah. What are they doing? They get these nice gifts, they get put up in nice places, or they get taken out, and then you're just using them for what you can get.
So let me ask y'all a question. What is the time limit on allowing your guy? Let's wipe the slate clean. Let's say you're just meeting the guy, or you're in the relationship with the guy. How long do you wait for this person to pursue his purpose before you find or come to the conclusion that this might not be what you want?
Me personally. All right, what, Sydney, you want to go?
I was just gonna say, I don't think there's necessarily a cut and dry answer. I think it really depends by the relationship, because there's a whole bunch of factors that will affect whether or not that's a viable relationship. For example, if you're already not connected to that person, you already you don't really have a lot in common, you don't really go in common circles, and you don't really connect in very many places, it would be easier to be like, well, he doesn't have a lot of money, so this isn't really a good fit for us. But if you run in the same social circles, it might be easier to go longer without coming to that impasse. And I also, the level of understanding that the opposite party has for the other person's dreams and the pathway that they're going to have to go, and the acceptance of what that will entail. For example, my husband's in the Navy, and so that comes with the expectation that for months at a time he's going to be overseas. And I think there's that kind of understanding and respect required for relationships where the person might be temporarily incompatible, because you kind of have to have faith that they're going to do what they say they're going to do. And so I think the success of the relationship kind of hinges on that, whether the person is going to continue doing what they said that they were going to do, even if it does take a while. In my relationship with my husband, we've both been through periods where only one of us was working and where neither of us was working. So we've had that experience where one of us was kind of waiting it out and relying on the other person. And we always felt a really strong connection with each other. So to us, it was just, oh, this is a phase. This is something we're going to get through. But it seemed to me that she saw it as a quality rather than a period of time. And so I think if you genuinely want to be in the relationship, you will find the way to make it work. She'll take a night shift, or she'll do, or he will do, they'll do what they have to make sure the other partner is getting what they need. For example, my husband left his work so I could continue going to the job that I loved when I lost my license due to a seizure. And he left his job for me so I could do that, because that was a dream job of mine. And if you respect the person, you'd be willing to make sacrifices for those people that are reasonable in order to have that person succeed. But she obviously does not care about him. If there is no love in the relationship and it's purely based on resource, it doesn't matter. She's going to leave as soon as the resource isn't there. So I really don't think that there's a set time. I think what really matters is the level of connection that will kind of determine how long it will last.
Yeah, to be honest with you, it's really dependent on the person and the personalities, because everybody is not the same and we all grew up differently for the most part. The values that are being taught today are strictly superficial. Everything is, what can you do for me? There's no bargaining. There is no we in this for the long haul. And I think that is one of the problems with a lot of failed relationships. It's an issue with the horrible dating scene out here. The qualities that people think are qualities are not really qualities. They're prerequisites. And you're going into this with x-ray eyes, looking at a person, saying to yourself, okay, aesthetically passable, but what about the other factors? How can they maintain my lifestyle, getting my hair done, getting my nails done, the intrinsic things such as, can they protect me? Do they know how to be a leader? Do they know how to follow God? Do they have biblical structure? Do they have a moral compass? Are they being strung along by societal proprieties? These are things that most people don't really care too much about at all. And when I hear her talk, it just sounds like
stupid.
Stupid. It sounds like a recording. You know how someone gives you a tape to listen to while you go to sleep, and it's supposed to like program you to be calmer, or
smoking, or
it just, she sounds like one of those people who had something playing on repeat overnight as she slept, and now she's just reiterating everything that was being spewed out. Let me ask you a question, Rob. Do you feel that subliminal messaging is a big part in how humans are interacting in 2025? Subliminal messaging, commercials, social media, the power of suggestion. Where do you stand with her outlook, just in general?
I mean, she said it. She said, yo, I probably would date him now that she learned. She seen her mom wasn't in the right place, and I could bet on whatever that she'll probably never find another person like him. You know what I'm saying? If he was really a good guy. But I'm with Sydney to where is what you're going for. Can you reach your dreams or accomplish your goals in a way that it does not impede on our relationship? And I don't think money could really fix that, because at the end of the day, nobody need to be playing house and they broke anyway. That's one. You know what I'm saying? Two, does your goal require you to be alone? a lot of times you definitely can't get into a relationship until you found yourself. You're comfortable doing what you do. You got your standards and you got your requirements and the things that you'll put up with. You don't really find that until you're able to get it by yourself. And then second is their peace. You know what I'm saying? The subliminal part, yeah, I'm with you. The programming, bro, man, like we just went back like 20 years in a couple days. And it's crazy to me because we got social media now. We got TikTok, but they was trying to ban because the information, right? And now all of this information is coming out, but people's behaviors are still the same. You know what I'm saying? So the subliminals is there, bro. I believe all of it is programming, and it starts at the womb, and it's coming because at the end of the day, I don't know if a lot of times we just don't have the parents due to the circumstances, or the parents is working too hard. But a lot of we being raised by the TV, man. We being raised by the YouTube now. We being raised by TikTok. We being raised by Instagram. So the subliminal messages is there, like where anybody could look rich right now. I could put, you know what I'm saying? I could take the right picture and look like I'm a billionaire. I could
with AI.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm only showing you the good times. I'm not showing you the rainy days. I'm not showing you the bad days when I'm struggling. I'm not showing you when I had to eat ramen noodles. You know what I'm saying? I could get a tax return right now and put it on my sleeve, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, he getting it. And you're not realizing, like, because me, at the end of the day, I got to use me. I feel broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, until I realized, like, wait, I got a career. I'm rich in information, and I started rapping because I felt like, well, I know that the school system is never going to pay me what I want to do because I want to take care of my whole family. And it went from make one good song to make one good video to now you got to have $400,000 to pay every DJ and every radio station to get on there. So it's like, wait, if I had all that, I wouldn't be rapping. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm able to take care of my immediate family. And I don't think that, and which is right of her, that my wife would be okay with me still pursuing music, especially, which is like the wildest industry, one of the wildest, to where if I couldn't take care of my family, I'm just that type of person. I wouldn't keep going if my family wasn't taken care of. So I think when it comes to the relationship side, is it peaceful? Because some people get angry when their stuff ain't going right. They start taking it out on the other person. That could be more of their money. And then at the same time, if I'm spending money on a studio session, but my lights ain't on, or if I'm trying to shoot this video and ain't no food in the fridge, then that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? I think all that plays a factor, and definitely the subliminals, because right now we in a world where everything looks instant. Everybody look like they got it. They ain't even. My dog tell me all the time. He's like, "Yo, what happened to the people that just made $1 at a time, when $1 out of 15 cents? Now everybody the plug. Everybody got $1 million, and when you really, I hate it for people because when they find out, just like she did, she made a bad decision."
Gimme.
Just to add on to the subliminal messaging thing, at this point, with how overwhelmed people are by everything from having the phone, the social media, advertisements everywhere, all of the stuff that we have to remember, like back in the 50s, like you didn't really have to do all of this excessive paperwork just to go to a doctor's appointment. You didn't have to do all of this paperwork to like go to the auto dealership, and like we've just been inundated with a bunch of like meaningless nonsense that we have to do every day just to do things that are part of like living. And so because everything's so complicated, people have the inability to pay attention to everything. And so our overwhelmed brains are more susceptible than ever before to any messaging we get, even if it's not subliminal. People fall for things so much more easily today than they ever did before, because you don't have enough energy and enough attention to be scrupulous anymore. Like, it's very easy when you're shown like 15 different websites a day, or you're getting 99 emails every single day. People are more likely to fall for scams. They're more likely to click bad links. They're more likely to listen to articles that are fake, because the more and more you're subjected to, your brain gets tired and it doesn't want to make any more decisions. And so in general, the messaging doesn't even have to be subliminal anymore. Some people are so overwhelmed that somebody could go up to them and be like, "Hey, I just bought this. This is great. Whoa, where can I get it?" And then they go out and buy it. Like, people don't even really need to be convinced anymore. And then also going back to kind of what you were saying, and then what she had originally said, where she was saying like, "Oh, I'm a better person because of him," and blah, blah, blah. If she genuinely like had grown as a person, somebody who's comfortable with themselves, somebody that's comfortable with being by themselves and who's comfortable living on their own and creating their own world, is not going to be susceptible to, or is not going to be enticed by wealth, because wealth is something that people that are insecure seek out. It's not something that people that are secure in themselves will seek out, because people that are secure in themselves, they use wealth as a tool rather than as a form of acquisition. And she's very clearly on the route that acquisition is her goal. She wants money so she can buy the things and go to the places and drink the coffees and go to all the restaurants. But if you want to be truly, actually wealthy, you actually have to be modest and very calculated, especially at the beginning, because until you're like into your $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 level, you still have to budget, even if you're like $900,000 or like $90,000 a year. Like, you still have to budget. That you have to make a lot more. I think today you have to make $225,000 a year as a single person to be considered comfortably wealthy. And she does not seem to have a very good grasp on money. So to me, she just sees money as a gateway to the life rather than as a tool to get her to build the life that she actually wants for herself. So yeah, I don't know how I was gonna end with that, but yeah, those two thoughts that we were talking about.
Can you date broke? I was thinking about what Rob said, and you know, that's been another discussion that's come up too, where it's like, if you can't afford toilet paper and you can't brush your teeth and wash your ass, you probably shouldn't be dating.
Right.
I do agree with that part. I don't think that if we're looking at numbers, then if you have a job, you might not be making anything over 30, 40,000 a year. You can date if you have a job. I want to put that out. That's my opinion. You don't have to spend $300-$400 every time you go out to have a good time. I don't know why people make such a big deal out of that part of it. And I don't know if it's because I keep seeing YouTube videos and TikToks where the interviewer is always having this conversation, and the woman always says, my hair is $400, my nails are $200. The meal minimum, depending on the restaurant, might be $300. What type of life are you living?
A user one.
It has to be.
Because who buying all that if she ain't working? So my thing is like the hair $400. That's one sugar daddy right there. The nails $200. That's another man she messing with over there. You know, every $100 that's a man messing with over there. So that's how that's how I look at it, and that's how I see it when it's out here. They don't care.
Women are like those MasterCard commercials where they're like, my hair was $200. My nails was $400. My purse was $900. This date, priceless.
Right.
No, like that too now, though. Like, for real. Them Louis Vuitton shoes, sneakers, and all that, they be $1,200. The Mary jeans, the
how you say the B one, the Basilena. I can never say that name. Balenciagas.
Yeah.
What is it?
Balenciagas.
Yeah. Balenciaga. I swear. I'm like, what is it? Bella Gia's? I'm like, what? But they so ugly. Those shoes are so ugly to me. I don't understand. They look like spaceship shoes. I said, it's so ugly, but people are just after fad.
Let me tell y'all straight up, man. Man, I'm from Harlem, right? New York. I left a long time ago, but it's still in me. And we are masters of appearance, right?
That's all.
You can, in order for us not to show we was broke, I could show you guys with $50,000, $100,000 worth of clothes in their closet right now, but they live in like a studio apartment or like a 1-bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
Their belongings cost more than where they live at, and a lot of it too because it's rent control or whatever. But I remember back in the days where I was like, "Yo, I can't wait! I'm gonna get this Gucci, I'm gonna get this Louis, this Fendi. I ain't gonna have to talk. I ain't gonna have to talk to nobody. They just gonna want me. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna see I got it on me, and
they're gonna rob you. What you gonna get?"
Like when I went to school, I had some friends who broke me out of that because they was like, "Yo, listen, I got these Wolverines right here from Walmart for $19.99, B, and I'm gonna get the same action as you, if not better. Because once they find out that you broke, they're gonna leave you alone." And then I realized at the end of the day too, one thing first, them designers and all of them, they don't even like us. And I realized I never seen anything in any of the hoods that I've ever lived in, any of my hoods especially. And then two, if I attract a person based on materials, then what kind of person am I and what kind of person is that? So
flashy.
Yeah, well, yeah, you know, and it's actually, and two, it's self-esteem, right? It's low self-esteem, right? Because I have to put something on to
be recognized,
right? To make a person feel like I'm more important than I feel. You know what I'm saying? So I had to learn that. And it took years though, because I ain't gonna lie, coming from New York, I felt broke. And when I used to be going to school, them guys had it. They had the Coogee sweaters, they had the new J's, they had the Nautica P coats, the Pele's, the Averexes, $800. I remember when I was in high school, they was wearing the $800 motorcycle jackets, the Vincent joints, the 8-ball jackets people was getting wrong for. So in my head, so I think now to your earlier question, it's even worse now because now so we had the TV and all of that, and you know, soap operas and all that. And it was like that in the 50s too. We ain't have all the social media, but now on your phone, you got to be rich. You got to be rich. You got to do this. You got to be rich. You got to be rich. So people are, like you said, they are not realizing that all of this takes a process. So when you ask, can you date broke? Again, you shouldn't be dating if you ain't got a pot to piss in the window to throw it out first. And then what is broke to you? Because I've met people on the other side that say, listen, I don't need a big house. I don't need a fancy car. I don't need to go all around the world. I like my back porch. I like the people I'm around. We don't have to have Douce. Matter of fact, we ain't even got to drink. Like, we just enjoy life and we enjoy each other. And so, and I think there's somebody for everybody. So, you know, when it come to broke, some people are rich in the fact that they don't have much. And a lot of people don't want much. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe because they know they're not going to get much. So they have to be satisfied with what they have. Everybody want to go somewhere. You ain't got to go across the country or nothing, but everybody want to go somewhere.
Oh yeah, you absolutely right. But no, it ain't even that. Like, they feel accomplished. Like, I know a person, she done been all over the world. She like, yo, I don't have to do that. That ain't even, I have a good time on my own. She got paper and all that. It ain't nothing to her.
But that's the thing. She done it already. So there's nothing else that she needs to do because she already done it already. So they're like, it's nothing to her. But for the people that have not got a chance to experience something like that, i.e. me, but I want to go somewhere. I mean, I never had a dream destination, but I'm like, I want to go somewhere out the country. But I just hope I can come back.
What I'm saying is, you ain't gotta stay at the Ritz-Carlton.
No,
I slide and stay at the Holiday Inn if I had to.
You too.
You know what I'm saying? I don't have to stay. Like, now that I'm coming across. Now that I know what to do with the money, it's the hardest thing to come by. Like, it's just like, and I look at all the money I blew over the last 20 years, right? But now that I know what I know, I don't have to stay at the Ritz-Carlton. I don't have to stay at the Chateau, whatever, the Riviera. I don't have to stay, because even if something as simple as, now that if I'm not finna spend $1,500 for a pair of sneakers no more. You know what I'm saying? Do that mean I don't want it? No, but at the same time, like, it don't even make sense to me now. Like, I look at clothes all the time, and it's just like, so, and again, I'm successful. But when I'm looking at this stuff, I realize I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? And now that I know I ain't got it, I don't care. You ain't gonna get what I don't have. So if that's what you with me for, then you ain't gonna be happy.
My mom, the one thing she did to like teach us on is like labels. Like, it's just a label. That's all it is. But my thing now, I start making my clothes, or I'll tear up the clothes that I got and turn it into something else. The thrift stores, thrift store junkies, that everybody do the what is it called, the re-thrift, or what is it, thrift up, or it's some term,
thread up, I think.
No, not thread up, like, yeah, but something like that, basically, like turn your old clothes into new clothes. Yeah, upcycle. That's it. Yeah, you turn your old clothes into new clothes, and I love it, because my thing is, you don't wear your clothes, well, your clothes don't wear you wear your clothes. So as long as you know how to wear your clothes right and correctly, you're good to go. This jean jacket, it used to be a jumper, and I was flooding at the bottom. So I cut it in. I cut it in half, and now I just got it as a jean jacket, and the pants are like my bell bottoms. It's easy. You gotta be creative and cheap.
I think there's a difference between being broke and being frugal.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the issue is with anyone who looks at someone who says, look, I'm not about to sit up here and spend $500 on a fucking pair of shoes. That's not about to happen. I got things that I'm trying to do. And in order for me to have the lifestyle that I want, it's going to require a sacrifice. That means I'm not going to be able to just go out here and spend money frivolously. I can't just sit up here and take you all across the country every 2-3 months, because what I'm what I'm looking for is stability. I want to build a home for my children. I want them to be safe. I want the neighborhood to be safe. I don't want you to have to work if you choose not to. I do not need the flash. I don't need the paparazzi. I don't need a million people looking for autographs and all. That's not my thing. Whatever God wants me to have, that's what I'm in pursuit of. Everything that comes with that, cool. But to just get upset with a person because they don't want to. First of all, if a woman is leading with what she can get from you, and the only way you're going to get any type of time or affection or anything out of her is if she can extract from you, that's her way of that's her barometer for figuring out if you're the archetype of guy for you. That's a red flag. You need to go ahead and step off and walk away from it. I don't care how attractive she is.
Well,
I don't care how.
Hey, a lot of
Same for men though. Same for men though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what I said. I'm talking for the men. I said, what if the men want to be extracted? You know, he got a lot of buildup.
Hey, it's a lot of fools out here funding these OnlyFans models' life.
Oh man, my goodness.
The Cash Me Out girl, them old ass men, they waited until she was 18 years old. Soon as she hit I can't Bad Baby. The girl that went on Dr. Phil and said, "Cash me outside." Basically, she was a badass little girl who disrespected her mom. She went on Dr. Phil. She made a slogan. It went viral. As soon as she hit 18, she jumped on OnlyFans. These old creepy ass men made her a millionaire by the age of 20, 21 or some shit, probably sooner than that. And
finishes.
Yeah, so there's dudes out here that's paying for feet pictures and all that.
It's nasty.
We keep lopsiding it though, because that's not saying to you. The woman is doing it too. Like they don't promote it. You know what I'm saying? They don't promote it more as much if a woman does it, but they are the woman spending too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I said, I still like to get fly, but I ain't finna do nothing I can't afford.
Right. Over your means.
Right, yeah. And then now, like I said, now I'm learning, okay, you know what? I might couldn't afford those $1,500 joints, but it's like, bro, like maybe I'll settle for the $150 ones real quick. Or you know what? Maybe when I get $5,000, I might, because you gotta still get what you want. But nothing to where it's, oh, they're gonna be on me when I got these on. But if I get it now that I've learned myself, then I know that it's something that I really wanted. It's not, I don't care who see what I got on or whatever. I got this for me. But I had to, again, it took years of studying and years of being in different places to see that at first I was superficial, I was materialistic. So back to when, you know, like you said, it's broke, frugal. Like, what would be the definition of broke here? Because everybody ain't gonna be up, and what's given it could be taken away. You know what I'm saying? So you might have it for a minute. That'll be the worst. What if he started with it and then he lost it and then she left him because he lost it? That would be hurt too.
It's happened before. It's a balance. You just gotta work together. That's all I believe. You gotta, like, we can't be two broke niggas. that I'm just saying, like, look, somebody got to do something a little bit more than the other, or we got to come and match. You know, we both can be breadwinners. You know, as long as we eating. That's how I look at it. But one guy asked me, he was like, I'm like, look, man, I ain't trying to date nobody. I gotta get myself together. I like, my head ain't right. I said, mentally, physically, I'm not right. I like, so I can't be dating nobody. And he, well, I like, and then I'm looking at your place. You need to get your things together too. And so he, well, we can't get our things together. I'm like, no. but like, I don't even know what I want to do right now is what it is. So why would I want to spend, I'm trying to focus on me, and now you want me to help you focus on you too? No, that's too much. I don't have the mental capacity right now. So sometimes, no, two broke people can't be together. Focus on you, and if it's meant to be, we'll meet back up.
I think two broke people can get together if it's the beginning of their lives. Like, if it's like, oh, we're both 18 or 20 or whatever, like we're in college together, we're doing the grind together, and like we're trying to make our way through life, and you're kind of in the same phase of life, I think that's a lot more forgivable, because that's just kind of the natural stage, the natural progression of living life. But I think if you are both chronically in debt, broke type people, you probably should focus more on your financials than getting in a relationship, especially if you also have a history of failed relationships. Because to me, once you have financial problems and relationship problems, that tells me that those are just symptoms of a bigger issue, that you have other problems and it's showing up as overspending, poor management of funds, bad relationships, unable to connect with people. And from this video, you might have poor expectations or unrealistic expectations for your life and other people's roles in your life. And so in that sense, like, if you both have problems being broke, you probably shouldn't try dating. That being said, I don't think you have to have money to date, because there's definitely a lot of ways you can connect with people that don't involve money. Like, you can definitely, like, maybe it's just a circumstance of life. Like, it's not really your poor choices that are making you broke. You're just like tough luck, bad jobs, whatever. But you're still like making it work. I think in that respect, it would be fine. You just have to find ways to still make it work. Like, my husband and I kind of went through that situation where it's like we couldn't afford to go to fancy restaurants. We couldn't afford to go to like amusement parks and concerts and stuff like that. But we still found things that we enjoyed doing together and that we bonded through. So there's definitely ways to date if you are broke. But if you have problems because you're broke, because of your brokenness, or if you are constantly having issues that are causing the brokenness, you definitely need to readjust your priorities and figure out how to make whatever you're trying to do work before adding someone else to the equation. In that kind of respect, in that sense, it's more of the fix yourself before you try and go on with somebody else and try and fix them too.
Something Candace said earlier that I gotta say, shout out for being the creative, man, because it made me think about when I was like 9 years old, the way my grandparents were. When clothes either got too small or too big, you weren't going out just buying more clothes. You took scissors. I remember I had a pair of shorts. They weren't even shorts at the time. They were actually pants, but they got too small. So he took scissors, cut the legs off, and turned them into shorts. And I rocked those for that summer. Oh yeah, that's what I was wearing. Shirts, turned them into tank tops. The neighborhood kids, they thought, oh, you poor, you you this and that and that. And at that age, all you can think of is you're being teased, you don't fit in, et cetera, et cetera. The older you get, you realize like this right here,
it's the shit.
That's and you're really teaching me something that I didn't know I was going to hold to such regard later on in life. So I admire the creativity, honestly. That I take that with me everywhere I go. Not necessarily that I'm just going to cut into my clothes, but if I'm in a friendship or any type of situation with a person and like things aren't going in the limo driving Ric Flair lifestyle, we can cut corners, we can create our own environments in our own world that we can appreciate. Everybody else is going to look at it like we're crazy, but nah, this is everything. And I think that part is missing with a lot of these people in general.
That used to be reality too. Most people, like before the 50s, when department stores became a thing, most people just relied on what they had and modified the things that they had into other things. One of my favorite documentaries that talks about Victorian era was talking about that in photos, most of the people would actually piece things together to make it look like they had a whole outfit, even though it was usually like, oh, a jacket that didn't fit anymore, so you ripped off the sleeves, but then you got something else that did have the sleeves and then you put that over it, and then you had something else from something else and then put that on, and you kind of like layered up with all sort of mismatched like clothing that did and didn't fit and stuff like that. Like people had to make do with the things that they could find because clothing was so expensive. And because of our time period of abundance of everything, especially crappy, cheap clothing, people have gotten used to like, oh, I don't like that shirt anymore. Donate. All right, I'm going to get a new one or get 10 of the new 10 of the same ones or whatever. And so it's so much easier to just discard and forget. And that makes us helpless because we don't know how to sew buttons on things anymore. We don't know how to fix hems. We wouldn't even know how to dissect our clothes, even if we wanted to. Most people have no clue how to sew at all, let alone like make clothing. And so it's definitely a lost art, and it's making us very far removed from the things that used to be very natural to people. Like most people these days, if they lost everything, if they had just gotten thrust out into the forest with nothing, they wouldn't know how to make clothes. They wouldn't know how to make a fire. They wouldn't know how to get water, how to farm anything, how to make a house for themselves. 100 years ago, even a 12-year-old boy could probably do that. And we've made ourselves very dependent on all of these companies, and other people were like, oh, I can't do this by myself, so I need to marry someone with resources so they can do it for me. And it's a epidemic really of people being completely unable to do really anything for themselves and relying on other people to do these things for them. The people that are most often financially independent are typically either couples that know how to work together, or they're single people that were like, F all that, I'm just going to do what I need to do. I'm going to hustle, find whatever, like go at whatever I want to accomplish and be happy with myself. And like, those are the two, or the people that make it big, but they usually have shitty personalities. But in general, like it really takes resourcefulness to become healthy, to become financially healthy and happy.
Here.
My last thoughts on that video. He said somewhere at the latter portion of that that he made her better. I would dare say she got out of him what she wanted out of him. And once she got what she wanted from him, she was pretty much done. She did exactly what you said she did. She kind of just dressed it up as if she was giving him a compliment. No, you weren't. You were really dissing him.
That's a leech.
They probably don't even know what that means nowadays.
Right? It's a picture of her, you know.
But like, what is that? What is a leech? Jesus, a vampire, a bug vampire. Jesus, suck your blood, just suck everything out of you.
Yeah. And
I'm over here.
I have my thing is like, so a lot of, and I don't know why women have issues with other women who call out stuff like this, but I'm gonna say this, like, the reason why dating is horrible now is just because it's a combination of people lying to each other. Nobody holding the next person accountable. These dudes is sitting up here spending their hard-earned money on people who don't like you. They don't respect you. You're never going to get out of that person what you think you're going to get, the validation of them just saying hi to you, and just the pointless inboxing and all that shit. Like, y'all need to cut it out.
Could he?
Really need to cut it out. I'm glad she said what she said. Thank you for exposing yourself. Thank you for, I appreciate her for telling the truth. Like, for whatever reason you think we don't understand the translation and what you really meant. What you really meant was he was corny. He gave you the parts that didn't require you to really give anything in return, but you got out of him what you needed, while also in the same breath you got out of the other guy the portions that you couldn't get from that person. Now he's moved on, and I don't know, that I just think that shit is corny as hell. You make yourself look extremely
but some women don't even realize what they're doing. You know, they think it's okay, and whoever was watching her, they probably thought it was okay too. So I'm like, what she say? What was wrong? I'm like, that's where you go wrong right there. I'm like, but it's just what is it? Not the society. It's the society we live in. Everybody's a gimme from somebody else's hard-earned money.
Could you imagine listening to someone like her talk for an hour, giving advice?
I mean, we see this all the time, though, right? Like, like the people make them choices. They be like, he showed her love. That's what I get out of it. He showed her love, and that don't really cost a thing. In today's time, it does, because nothing is free. Nothing was free. I think it's the same as back then. We just didn't have all these gadgets highly accessible, because back then, even in the 50s, they pushed the suburbs and the Cadillac. You had to get the Cadillac, and you had to go to the suburbs, and you had to look like the soap operas, and you had to look like you was singing in the rain.
But back in the 50s, they was wearing suits, walking up and down the street, so they was already looking sharp. Right. Some of them. Even a hobo had a suit on. So I'm like,
we hear this. People be like, yo, well, I had the guy that I love, but he wasn't right for me, so I married into stability. Or I had this person, that person, and I had this person. And then you hear it a lot of times too. I had the person with money, but he ain't love me. Happy. Or she ain't love me. You know what I'm saying? Like, they had all the money. We went on all the trips. We had all the fancy things, but I couldn't never get their attention or whatever. So
money can't buy happiness.
Right.
No matter how hard you try.
So, like I said, for her, she admitted she didn't get all geeked up about it, but she said, "Yo, I lost him. I messed that up. I know now." And now she said, if a guy was broke right now, I probably would still give him a chance, because now she know, and that's just part of learning. You know what I'm saying?
Because she found that love. She knew that he actually loved her like nobody else probably would love her, because she said earlier that he helped her love herself. So if someone can help you love yourself, that's amazing right there. Because I know I hated myself for the longest. I'm like, oh no. So if you can find out how to love yourself and have somebody love you to do it, yeah, that's what she's missing. You had the money, you didn't want it. You had the broke, you didn't want it. But now all you wanted is the love, and now you can't get it.
And ironically, that's why people use money. I've noticed that's kind of the mentality that drives people to spend their money, is they think that it will buy them the lifestyle that will get them the love and the attention and the whatever they think they're going to get. And so I think it's kind of sad that she traded up a potentially good relationship because she thought that she could get a better life somewhere else, even though, as you said, he probably did love her. Like, he probably was somebody that could have been a good relationship for her, but because she was blinded by this, like, I need to have this particular lifestyle and I need it right now, she lost out. I like that you pointed out that she's grown from this. I didn't quite catch that in the video, but it's nice to think that she might have grown a little bit from this experience and might not be as judgmental next time. I also, if you ever want to see people that are absolutely delusional with their finances, the Financial Audit is a show that showcases just how out there people are with what they expect their money will do for them. It's kind of sad because there's, especially with the predatory like credit card companies and all these stores wanting you to shop and shop and shop, it's very, very easy today to fall for the, you can just buy the lifestyle you want. And I think she is a victim of that type of mentality that really kind of pervades all of the people that I've seen that spend money like that, is they just think that they'll be able to buy themselves there instead of just existing and like living for who they want to be.
Not for others.
She full of shit. I'm just gonna say that because at the end of the video, the dude was like, so you're kind of lying. You're saying that thing y'all would have worked out today, but in the same breath, it wouldn't have worked out if he would have still needed the money. She said he's a good guy, but without the money, it still would have made a difference. She still needs that.
Yo, I heard one time my dog told me, he said the brokest people in the world only have money. Messed me up too, because I be trying to get it. But it took a while because he's absolutely right. Money don't buy happiness. Matter of fact, when you get all the money, you can't trust nobody. All of these people with all of this money, the last thing that I've seen is them have a productive relationship. Prince wasn't married successfully, it seems like. Mike Jackson wasn't married successfully, maybe for a little minute, but I ain't seen nobody that's getting millions and billions of dollars that has been, even Oprah ain't get married. So that lets you know right there, that's a red flag right there. To have, how much is too much to where you can't have a positive, productive relationship?
They can't have too much because look, if they are actor, they're going to invest in maybe some kind of singing. You know, if they gonna try to do some singing, now they got like a clothing line open. Now they got this, you know, because they ain't never happy. They gotta stay busy to do something to occupy their time.
Right. But what is the sacrifice? Like, what is the, like, you would think, okay, we got it. We ain't struggling, hurting for nothing. Why can't we still be together with all this paper? Like,
because they was never happy in the beginning.
Or is that an American thing too, though? Like, is that something, you know what I'm saying? Like, America don't want you to be, is it like a double?
They always try to put you down. They try to pull you back and hold you back or hold you down. And then your friends, quote, quote, some friends don't even want their own friends to, you know, grow up or get big. You know, they try to hold them down too. That's why I'm like, it's so hard to just do something that you want to do unless you got to take everybody with you, you know, but you ain't got to take everybody with you. You just don't step on nobody while you going up. That's how I'm trying to play my game. I'm like, oh, here, you can cut me. Go ahead. I ain't ready to go up to the next step. You can cut, go. But
everybody ain't meant to go with you anyway.
Nope. That's why I said, and they might find something that I don't need to see, and they fall back on down. I'm like, oh yeah, well, no, let me go this way.
See, everybody got a purpose and a calling. Now, everybody ain't going to live up to their purpose and calling. That's just the reality of it. But when you decide that you're going to put the worldly stuff aside, you're going to let God lead, you're going to eventually rub people the wrong way, because the things that are required of you from him means that you're going to have to turn your back to the things that people of the world still admire and admonish, which is going to turn you into an enemy. People are going to start not liking you.
Of course. That's always.
So, yeah, I don't care. I'm just saying, like, I think
if you're doing the things they doing, then you ain't fun no more.
Yeah.
Oh, you changed. Nah, I ain't changed. I grew up. I got wiser.
Your rejection is the protection. I absolutely believe that 1000%. So, anybody got any final thoughts on any of this before we close out? Anything you want to say to the people? This was a hell of a show, man. I loved it from the beginning to the ending portion of it, man. Everybody was just on point from start to finish. And Candace, man, I gotta tell you, I didn't see a hint of nervousness or anything as far as I'm concerned.
I was crafting at the same time to calm my nerves. Y'all didn't see me with my scissors and stuff.
I saw you cook.
My iron. Oh, shit, it's still on. My little stink. It's for my hats and shit. I'll be back here crafting.
Hey, I ain't mad at the grind at all.
Man, I told y'all I'm a Jill of all trades.
I will say this, man. Like Candy said and like Sydney said, first learn how to take care of yourself. Learn how to love yourself, man. You can't make nobody happy till you can make yourself happy.
Right.
Find out what's your passions, what make you tick. You know what I'm saying? And then when you're prepared, then see if you can find like-minded people. You know what I'm saying?
And therapy is not bad. Going to therapy is not bad. Yeah. I like therapy. I like it. I got a psychiatrist and I got a therapist. Yeah.
No,
but now I'm who I am right now. Well, semi back to who I am.
I could not agree more with that. Go to therapy. Even if you think you don't need therapy, go to therapy. It does wonders to have an exterior perspective into the things that you might be struggling with or don't realize that you're struggling with. I also wanted to leave this quote. My parents used to say it to me all the time, and it was in my head the entire time we were talking. This is by Will Rogers. Too many people spend money that they haven't earned to buy things that they don't want to impress the people that they don't like. And so this is kind of the whole summary of that mentality. Like, we are living in a society where we value the wrong things, and we are wasting our money on things that are pointless. Like, we're mentioning the brands earlier. I don't remember which brand it was, but I know this is with a lot of different brands. The cost to even make like a Gucci bag and some of these things are like $40. Like, they don't really spend that much money to make these things that people are spending thousands of dollars on. So it's definitely not worth it to sink your entire savings into stuff that you think that you need to look like other people.
And if you die, you can't take it with you.
Exactly. Why get Gucci when you could have a chicken purse instead?
What the hell? I'm jealous.
Also judges people. I love it.
Look at his eyes. They're all cockeyed.
Right?
They shifty eyes.
This is what we felt about her story the entire time we were talking.
No, that's my name.
What you said?
That's a double. That's a double entendre right there.
That's hilarious.
All right.
Wait, look, man. I appreciate y'all for pulling up today. Hopefully this isn't the last time we see you up here, Candace, Rob, Sydney. As always, good show. The energy was here. The vibe was definitely on point. To everybody that's watching, make sure you tap in with everybody here. Tune in tomorrow. We spinning the block. We got a whole lineup for this entire week. And yeah. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all nights, man.
Or day. It's only 5:30 over here.
Oh yeah, depending on where you are. I keep forgetting about that. I keep thinking that everybody's on my time, and some people are just getting their day started. So
it's happy
hour
time.
Y'all be easy, man. Do me. Yeah. My happy hour time will begin on Friday. But y'all be easy, man. Enjoy the rest of your mornings, day, whatever. Make sure that you digs.
Oh, I love that one. That's Fresh Hour.
Yes. Thank you. Sue Young.
Mm-hmm. You heard what she said.
Y'all be easy, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right.
All right, everybody. Suck it easy.
Bye.